Shalom, my sisters and brothers. Look, on July 4th, I woke up and my mind was going through and I was trying to figure out what did I want to do, being that I don't observe the 4th of July or any holidays. I am a observant of the Sabbath days and holy days. I'm a poet, so immediately thoughts began to range and run in my head about what to write and put a poem together and send it out. And I was conferring with the spirit, and as the Most High began to download and bless me to begin to formulate words, I came up with a concept called fourth or one fifth. Fourth or one fifth. It says, in the land of the free, in the home of the brave, we were chattel living back in those days. It was a time of deceit and civil unrest from people and their king they did not respect. They decided to fight against their own king. This is how they let their freedom ring. They proudly disobeyed their king and his rules. This total disrespect is taught in the school. The British wanted to assert greater control over colonial affairs and over all souls. Colonists were angry because no one represented their needs. King George III cared more about his creeds. George Washington and those that took up the fight did what they believed and thought to be right. But this war at the time was unlike any other. It pit uncles against nephews and brother against brother. Paul Revere cried that the British was coming while the Continental Army marched and the drummers kept drumming. This war had nothing to do with the yellow and the red man, the Italian, the Jew, or the Mexican. This war had nothing to do with those with dark skin, the newly arrived, the African. At the time of this war, you were a slave in the land called free, the home of the brave. America's independence for them to be free was not in 1776, but in 1783. The national anthem at events does sing. The third verse sheds light about everything. In verse number 3 and line number 5, the heart of the enslaver's mindset signified. No refuge could save the hireling and slave from the terror of flight or the gloom of the grave. In the star-spangled banner in triumph doth wave, or the land of the free in the home of the brave. You came with an idea and you gave a solution. Afro-American, one-fifth human in your constitution. We have built America in all that you see while still being slaves in the land of the free.